Have you ever wondered if the vitamin you're taking to stay healthy might actually be putting your life at risk? Could an everyday food, something you believe is good for you, quietly be thickening your blood? And what if it's the combination, not the vitamin or the food alone, that triggers a hidden danger? It may sound unbelievable, but as a brain doctor, I've seen it too many times. Seniors who are doing their best to take care of their health unknowingly mix certain supplements and foods in ways that can silently increase the thickness of their blood, making it more likely to clot. These clots aren't just minor issues. They can lead to devastating consequences, like strokes or heart attacks. That's why today, I need you to pay very close attention. In this video, we're going to explore 5 specific combinations that could be quietly raising your risk without you even realizing it. These insights aren't meant to scare you. They're here to empower you. Because most of these things sound harmless on their own. A vitamin you take daily, a healthy green salad. But when taken together in the wrong way, doctors warn they can create a dangerous situation inside your bloodstream, what some call the perfect storm. The encouraging part? Once you know what to watch out for, you can make small, smart adjustments that protect your health in powerful ways. That's why I urge you to watch this video through to the very end. You'll discover how to recognize these risky combinations and learn simple steps you can take to stay safe. Let's dive into the first one: vitamin K supplements combined with leafy greens. Here's a clear example of a hidden risk. Taking a vitamin K supplement while also eating large quantities of leafy greens, like spinach, kale, or collard greens, can quietly raise your chances of developing dangerous blood clots. Now, don't get me wrong, vitamin K is essential. It supports bone strength, helps your body heal, and plays a critical role in blood function. But when you get too much of it, especially from multiple sources, the risks can sneak up on you. When you consume both supplements and food high in vitamin K at the same time, it can quietly shift the balance in your body, making your blood clot more easily than it should. What makes this so difficult to catch is that many people take vitamin K supplements in good faith. They've heard it helps strengthen bones or supports healthy aging, and in many ways, that's true. But at the same time, they're also eating generous servings of salads, cooked greens, or even blending smoothies packed with spinach or kale, thinking they're making smart, healthy choices. And that's where the hidden danger lies. Both the supplement and the food are delivering a high dose of vitamin K. When combined, they can thicken your blood more than your body actually needs. When blood gets too thick, it can form clots. Those clots can travel and block blood flow to vital organs like the brain, the heart, or the lungs. The effects can be sudden and severe. One powerful example is from a 74-year-old man named Robert. He truly believed he was doing everything right. Every morning, he faithfully took a vitamin K supplement, something his well-meaning neighbor had recommended. And every day for lunch, he proudly ate a large spinach salad, thinking he was fueling his body with the nutrients it needed. But over time, Robert noticed something wasn't quite right. He started experiencing a tightness in his chest and would become unusually short of breath after just a light walk around the block. Concerned, he went to see his doctor. After a few tests, the doctor discovered that Robert's blood was clotting too easily. The culprit? The unintentional overload of vitamin K from both his supplement and his daily meals. Doctors often advise that if you're already getting a sufficient amount of vitamin K from your diet, you may not need a supplement at all. Or at the very least, you should consult with your healthcare provider to determine a safe dosage. And if you're currently taking blood thinners or have a personal or family history of clotting issues, this conversation becomes even more critical. Striking the right balance with vitamin K can have a profound effect, not just on your numbers, but on your long-term health and quality of life. Understanding how certain combinations work inside your body can make all the difference in keeping your blood flowing smoothly and safely. The encouraging news is that by becoming aware of these interactions, you can make smart choices that support your health without exposing yourself to unnecessary risk. It's all about staying mindful, knowing what you're putting into your body, what supplements you're taking, and how those things make you feel from day to day. Sometimes, small adjustments can lead to powerful results. Something as simple as choosing either a vitamin K supplement or leafy greens, not both, can significantly reduce your clotting risk while still keeping you on a healthy path. These aren't drastic changes, but they matter. And, as always, having a thoughtful conversation with your healthcare provider can offer clarity and peace of mind. Your doctor can help determine what your body actually needs and what it doesn't, so you're not left guessing. Let's move on to another combination that may seem completely harmless, but has quietly raised concerns among medical experts. Fish oil supplements combined with high vitamin E foods. At first glance, this might sound like a perfect health routine. Fish oil is praised for supporting brain and heart health, while vitamin E is known for protecting your cells and strengthening the immune system. But here's where things can go wrong. When consumed in high amounts, both fish oil and vitamin E have an effect on how your blood clots. Taken individually and in moderation, they can offer real benefits. But when you consistently consume both through supplements and a diet rich in vitamin E, such as almonds, sunflower seeds, or hazelnuts, you may unknowingly disrupt your blood's natural balance. That disruption can be enough to allow clots to form when and where they shouldn't. And the effects aren't always immediate, which makes this even more dangerous. Take Clarence, a 78-year-old man who decided to start taking fish oil every day after reading about its brain-boosting benefits. At the same time, he loved snacking on almonds and regularly added seeds to his breakfast smoothies. He had no idea that this healthy routine might be setting him up for an unexpected health scare. Clarence began taking fish oil capsules because a close friend had recommended them for better heart health. At the same time, he was in the habit of enjoying a daily handful of mixed nuts, almonds, sunflower seeds, and hazelnuts, believing it was a heart-smart choice. For a while, everything seemed fine. But over the course of a few months, Clarence noticed some subtle but concerning changes. He felt more fatigued than usual, saw unexplained bruises appearing on his arms, and even experienced lightheadedness when standing up quickly. When he visited his doctor, the explanation came as a surprise. The combination of his fish oil supplements and a vitamin E-rich diet was quietly impacting the way his blood was clotting. Instead of protecting him, this mix was causing irregular clotting patterns, either making his blood too thin or interfering with the body's natural clotting process in unpredictable ways. This is where things get tricky. On its own, fish oil can help prevent clots in certain scenarios, especially in people at high cardiovascular risk. But when it's paired with excessive vitamin E, whether through supplements or diet, the outcome isn't always clear-cut. For some seniors, their blood may thin too much, leading to issues like bleeding or bruising. For others, it may actually contribute to clot formation in places where clots shouldn't form at all. What's particularly concerning is that these changes often creep in slowly. There may be no obvious symptoms until something more dangerous happens, like a clot that blocks a blood vessel in the brain, triggering a stroke, or one that moves to the lungs, causing serious complications. The good news is that this situation can often be improved with a few simple, thoughtful changes. Instead of relying on daily fish oil capsules, you might consider getting your omega-3s naturally by eating salmon or other fatty fish a couple of times a week. Or, you might choose to scale back on snacks high in vitamin E to help rebalance your intake. These are small steps that can make a meaningful difference. And as always, having a clear and honest discussion with your doctor is key. Your healthcare provider can help you understand your personal risks and guide you towards safer habits tailored to your body's unique needs. If you're still watching and you've found this information helpful so far, feel free to comment number 2 below. Your feedback helps more than you know. Let me know you're still with us by dropping a comment. It truly means a lot. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Your support is what keeps this channel going, helping us bring you more valuable health insights every week. Now, let's keep moving. Number 3. Calcium supplements combined with fortified orange juice. This is one of those combinations that many seniors choose with the very best intentions. It sounds smart, taking a calcium supplement to protect your bones, then washing it down with a glass of calcium-fortified orange juice. But what if this well-meaning routine is actually doing more harm than good? Both of these choices are centered around bone health, which makes sense. As we age, protecting our bones becomes a top priority. But when you pair these two sources together regularly, you may end up getting more calcium than your body actually needs, and that excess, over time, can quietly lead to serious consequences, especially for your blood vessels and clotting system. You see, calcium isn't just about bones. It also plays an important role in muscle contraction, including the muscles in your blood vessels, and in how your blood clots. When calcium levels rise too high, it can cause your blood to become thicker than normal, making it more prone to clotting. In some cases, it can also lead to calcium deposits building up in your arteries. These deposits can create rough, uneven surfaces inside your blood vessels, ideal spots where dangerous clots can form and stick. Take Susan, for example, a 76-year-old woman who shared her story with us. She took a calcium supplement every morning, like clockwork, and added a glass of fortified orange juice to her breakfast as a way to give her bones extra strength. For months, it felt like a solid routine, but gradually, she began to notice swelling in her lower legs and ankles. She didn't feel sick, but something didn't feel quite right either. Susan also began experiencing occasional tightness in her chest, along with swelling in her legs that became hard to ignore. Concerned, she visited her doctor, who ran a few tests, and discovered that the excess calcium in her system was impacting her blood flow. With just a few simple adjustments to her routine, Susan began feeling better, and more importantly, she lowered her risk of future complications. One key point that many people overlook is this: your body can only absorb a limited amount of calcium at one time. When you take in a large dose all at once, say through both a supplement and fortified juice in the same meal, the extra calcium doesn't just disappear. Instead, it circulates in your bloodstream. And if that continues day after day, it may start contributing to the buildup of calcium deposits, especially in your arteries. The tricky part is that this process doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in slowly, quietly. That's why it's easy to miss until symptoms start to appear. You might begin to notice small signs that something is off, feeling more tired than usual, sluggish in the afternoons, or experiencing muscle cramps that weren't there before. Some people also report subtle swelling, like rings that suddenly feel tighter or puffiness in their feet by evening. These changes can seem minor, but they may be early clues that the balance in your bloodstream is shifting. Extra calcium can affect how your body manages fluid retention and influence the tone and flexibility of your blood vessels, factors that are crucial for proper circulation and overall heart health. The positive news is that this situation is often easy to correct. It could be as simple as choosing one source of calcium, either the supplement or the fortified juice, instead of both. Or you might try spacing them out at different times of day, giving your body a better chance to absorb what it needs without going into overload. These small, thoughtful changes can protect your blood vessels, reduce your clotting risk, and help you feel more energized and balanced. Being aware of how your choices interact and being open to adjusting your habits can make a big difference in how you feel each day and how your body functions long term. Iron supplements paired with a red, meat-heavy diet. It's a combination that many seniors don't think twice about. On their own, each of these choices seems reasonable, even healthy. But together, they can silently contribute to a higher risk of blood clots without showing any immediate red flags. Iron plays a vital role in the body. It's essential for producing healthy red blood cells and helps transport oxygen to your tissues and organs. That's why iron supplements are commonly recommended for people who have been diagnosed with low iron levels or anemia. And of course, red meat is one of the richest natural sources of iron, making it a go-to food for those looking to stay energized and strong. But here's where the risk comes in. When you're getting high amounts of iron from both your diet and supplements at the same time, your iron levels can build up beyond what your body actually needs, And this isn't something most people feel immediately. Over time, however, the excess iron can make your blood more viscous, thicker, and slower moving. That change in consistency can quietly increase the likelihood of clots forming where they don't belong. The tricky thing about this situation is that it all feels so normal. Maybe your doctor recommended an iron supplement after a routine blood test, or maybe you picked one up on your own, thinking it might help with fatigue. And let's be honest, there's nothing quite as comforting as a good steak dinner or a classic burger. But when those iron sources add up, they can slowly push your blood chemistry in the wrong direction. Take Harold, for example, an 80-year-old man who decided to start taking an iron supplement after feeling unusually tired. He figured it couldn't hurt. At the same time, he was eating red meat a few times each week, viewing it as part of a balanced, satisfying diet. For a while, things seemed fine, but over several months, he began to notice swelling in his lower legs. He felt more sluggish and found that walking even short distances left him winded. Harold also began feeling short of breath when climbing stairs, something that hadn't been an issue before. Alarmed, he visited his doctor, who ran blood work and discovered that his iron levels were significantly higher than necessary. With a few simple adjustments to his diet and supplement routine, Harold's symptoms improved, and his risk of complications was greatly reduced. His story is a powerful reminder that even well-intentioned health choices can lead to unintended consequences if we don't consider the full picture. Iron, in particular, is a tricky nutrient because your body doesn't have an efficient way of eliminating the excess. When you take in more iron than you truly need, it doesn't simply get flushed out. It accumulates over time, often without obvious warning signs. This slow buildup can quietly alter how your blood behaves, changing its consistency and how easily it flows through your veins. That's why it's especially important to be cautious if you have a family history of conditions that affect iron metabolism, or if you've been taking iron supplements regularly without having your levels checked. There are also subtle signs to watch out for, signals your body may be giving you that are easy to miss. You might notice frequent headaches that weren't there before, unexplained joint pain, or a sense of fatigue that lingers even after a good night's sleep. In some cases, people notice a reddish or flushed tone to their skin or experience more frequent stomach discomfort than usual. While these symptoms can stem from various causes, they are also consistent with elevated iron levels that have gone unchecked. Sometimes your loved ones may spot changes before you do. Perhaps someone close to you mentions that you've seemed slower lately, or that you're rubbing your legs more often, saying they feel heavy or achy. These small observations, when put together, can offer valuable clues that it's time to take a closer look at how your supplements and meals are interacting. If you're still watching and finding this information helpful, please leave a comment with the words "number 4" to let me know you're here. Your feedback truly helps this channel grow and lets us know we're providing value. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Your support means the world. It helps us keep producing thoughtful, trustworthy content to inform and empower you with every episode. Now, let's move forward. Number 5. Multivitamins with high doses of B6 combined with energy drinks. This is a combination that slips under the radar for many people, especially seniors, but it can have a subtle and surprising effect on your blood's ability to clot properly. It starts with something that seems completely harmless, taking a daily multivitamin to cover nutritional gaps. That's a common and often sensible habit. Then, on a low-energy day, you might reach for an energy drink or a fortified beverage that promises a boost, and suddenly, without realizing it, you've doubled or even tripled your intake of vitamin B6. This matters because vitamin B6, while essential in moderate amounts, has a direct influence on how your platelets function. Platelets are the tiny components in your blood that help it clot when you have a cut or injury. In normal levels, B6 supports nerve health and brain function, but when B6 levels become excessive, especially from multiple daily sources, it can subtly interfere with platelet behavior. That can mean your blood doesn't clot quite the way it should when you need it to, or worse, it might begin forming clots unnecessarily in other areas. Take Arthur, a 79-year-old man who generously shared his experience. After seeing an ad claiming that extra B6 could boost energy and cognitive sharpness, he added a high B6 multivitamin to his morning routine. That alone might not have raised concern. But in the afternoons, he also liked to sip on an energy drink to help him stay alert. Over the span of a few months, he began to notice odd changes. Small cuts on his hands or arms would take much longer to stop bleeding. Bruises began to show up more often and stayed longer than they used to, sometimes without any clear cause. Arthur was stunned when he finally spoke with his doctor. After reviewing his symptoms and running a few blood tests, they discovered his vitamin B6 levels were well above the optimal range. That excess B6 was quietly disrupting how his blood clotted, something he had never considered when adding a multivitamin and energy drink to his routine. What's important to understand is that vitamin B6 isn't just about boosting your energy or supporting your nerves. It also plays a critical role in how your blood clots by directly influencing platelet activity. When your B6 levels are within a healthy range, it helps things function smoothly. But when there's too much B6 circulating in your system, it can interfere with platelet performance, either making them too sticky, which increases the risk of clots forming where they shouldn't, or impairing their ability to work properly when you actually need them to seal an injury. That kind of imbalance can become dangerous, even if it takes time to show. It can quietly raise your risk for clots forming in places where they can do serious harm, like in your lungs, your legs, or your brain. And because the symptoms often build slowly, you may not realize something's wrong until it's already affecting your health in noticeable ways. The good news? This is one of those risks that can often be reduced with simple changes. You might switch to a multivitamin with a lower B6 content or take a break from energy drinks and instead reach for water, herbal tea, or even a small snack to give you a more natural lift. These may seem like small decisions, but they can have a meaningful impact over time. And as always, having an open conversation with your doctor is key. They can help you understand what your body actually needs, guide you on safe dosages, and ensure you're getting the benefits you want without opening the door to unwanted complications. Paying close attention to how your supplements and food choices interact and being willing to make thoughtful adjustments can go a long way toward keeping your blood flowing as it should and helping you feel your best, day in and day out. Understanding these combinations gives you the power to make small, informed changes that can have a meaningful impact on your health and peace of mind. Whether it's adjusting a supplement, rethinking a snack, or simply opening up a conversation with your doctor, each step counts. These aren't massive overhauls. They're practical, doable shifts that can help lower your risk of dangerous blood clots and keep your body working smoothly. Your body is constantly working behind the scenes to protect you. But sometimes, the choices we make with the best intentions, especially when it comes to vitamins, supplements, and healthy foods, can unknowingly create imbalances. That's why it's so important to look at the full picture, not just what's on your plate, but also what's coming from your pill bottles or your daily beverages. And remember, you're not in this alone. Your doctor, your family, and even this online community are here to support you. Together, we can help each other make smarter decisions and live healthier lives. We'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you learned today that you're planning to apply in your own life? Maybe it's checking your multivitamin label more closely, asking your doctor about something you've been taking for years, or simply paying attention to how certain foods make you feel. Whatever it is, please leave a comment below and share your thoughts. Your experiences can inspire and support others who are on the same journey. Reading your comments is one of the most rewarding parts of creating these videos. They remind us why this work matters. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit too. Your support truly helps us continue producing content that informs and uplifts. Thank you so much for watching. Wishing you good health, happiness, and peace always. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more helpful content like this. Take care, and see you in the next video.